Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk to you about why it's very important to cut vices from your life, and also why sobriety is one of the primary steps you can take in basically improving your life. So everyone discusses self-improvement like it's like a mindset, and it's something, it's, you know, these things you start doing, you start reading, you start working out, you start doing all these things, and that's true, right? But I find that there's one missing component to that, and it's the fact that before you can add those things to your life, you have to cut out certain things in your life. So we, you know, struggle as a society, as individuals, with vices. And I know firsthand because I've dealt with it myself, and I also am in a workspace where I deal with people who are purchasing alcohol, purchasing liquor, purchasing junk food. And I can see the pain in their eyes. I can see the struggle, the frustration. I can sense it in their voice when they speak to me, when they ask me to get them their products. I can sense it. And sobriety, the feeling, the state of which the state you reach when you really don't need anything, is priceless. You can't put a price tag on sobriety. And sobriety in its full form, in its complete form, is, in my opinion, one of the first steps you can take in improving your life. Because let me tell you this, it's very difficult to perform, to think, to strategize, to plan, to innovate if your mind is clogged up and compromised. And not only your mind, but your body as well, because vices don't only affect your mind, they affect your body. And so if you're someone who's, you know, trying to improve, trying to do things, trying to make an impact, to add value to people's lives, or even just for yourself, right? Just to have more energy, to live longer, to think clearer, it's going to be imperative that you figure out where your weaknesses are, what vices are holding you back, and start to work those things out of your life. And so what do I mean by how do these things like clog up our mind and our bodies? Well, I'm going to use a couple examples here. I've used them in the past, but I really want to give you guys a clear picture on why this is so important. So let's start off with food, right? A little spider here. Let's start off with food. So food, right, takes up 80%, digestion takes up 80% of the energy in your body, right? So if you're eating shitty food, junk food, which is very addictive, you are significantly reducing your ability to take action and be productive, because you are extracting life force from your system. You are basically taking life from your body, because what these foods do, and as I've explained in another video, they dehydrate you, and they also take longer to process, which hence means more life force from your body to digest the food, which means more energy that you could be using to work out or read or start a business or do something, and that life force has just been stripped away from you because of your overeating and your addiction to processed food. So that's one example. Let's talk about, what are some other ones? Let's talk about weed. I don't really talk about weed that much, but a lot of people are, you know, and I don't think weed's one of those like bad drugs, but it's actually been proven in men You know, people who smoke weed, it's shown to reduce testosterone and elevate estrogen. So if you don't have high testosterone, I mean, as a man, right, that's like your juice, that's like your essence, right? So if you don't have that available to you in high quantity, then how are you going to think clear? And testosterone is also linked to high testosterone is linked to having a good mood. It's linked to having you know, being in shape. And if you don't have that, then you're weak. And you know, when your estrogen's high, actually, it's shown that you're more emotional. You're acting more like a woman. So again, it's all about stability, right? Do you want to be in an emotional state, in a tired state, in a fatigued state, or do you want to be in an energetic, calm, clear state, right? It's all about you. It's all about what you want. But that's another example, weed. And then let's talk about pornography, because pornography is, in my opinion, the biggest detrimental drug on the planet that has completely been it's hiding in the closet, basically. No one talks about it, right? You don't hear it on, everyone talks about, oh, stay away from, stop smoking, stop drinking, right? And that's true, right? But the devil, the skeletons in the closet is pornography, right? So, I mean, your seed as a man, right, has life force, it has nutrients. And when you're able to channel that, you're able to be creative. Not only are you able to be creative, but you have extra energy available to you. So when you're draining your life force, you're basically you're emptying your consciousness. You're making yourself empty, right? But when you hold on, you feel more full, right? So, and I'm sure you guys know, after, you know, you spill your seed, you feel like shit. You're like, what the hell did I just do? Really? And you feel empty, and the rest of your day is just, you're kind of groggy, you're tired, etc. So, you know, these are just some examples, but like, most people are addicted to one, maybe 2 to 3 of these things. So it's not like just one of them's affecting people, it's everything, right? It's all of it. And that's how we're trapped in this 3D realm, because we are higher beings. And when we cut these vices out, when we reach sobriety, we are able to reach higher states of consciousness. Right now, I feel a lot more clear. I feel, because I'm fasting and I've been retaining for a while now. And this state, you know, I'm still like early on in my journey, obviously, but the joy that I receive during the day, just doing nothing, right? Just because I'm, you know, I'm just being. I have way more clarity. I reach better. It's easier for me to focus, and I have like more just joy throughout the day, just from being, right? Just being sober. It's priceless, right? So yeah, everybody, you know, it's definitely a culmination or a combination of all of these things that lead to the destruction of individuals, right? Even in like the Bible, these things are talked about, right? And it's just, this is how Satan, you know, destroys people. It's really how the devil works. Talks about it in Outwitting the Devil, talks about it in the Bible. Even in like ancient Hindu traditions, right? They speak about fasting and retaining your life force and just cutting out vice. And because everyone, even from a practical level and a spiritual level, everyone understands to some degree that these things hold us back, right? It doesn't take like a genius. Like, I used to work with somebody who was, you know, he was addicted to like junk food, and he used to have like a lot of energy drinks and whatever. Even him, like, he wasn't even like this spiritual guy. He was just kind of like a worker. He even said like, yeah, like, we've gotten so like far from God. And then I'm like, wow, I heard that from him, and I'm like, wow, that was pretty smart. That was, you know, because he's usually, you know what I mean, he's just kind of like one of those guys who, you know, he goes to work, he does whatever, goes home and just lives like a regular life, which is fine. But when I heard that from him, I was like, wow, that just came out of your mouth, huh? So everyone kind of understands to a degree. You don't have to be a genius. to realize that these things hold us back, they keep us trapped. And even on a practical level, right? Like, it doesn't even have to be so mystical. Like, you're draining your energy, right? These things take from you. They're not like you're addicted to them and they just affect you. No, what they're doing is they're taking from you, right? Because we're born pure, we're born innocent, we're born full. And as we age, as we go through trauma or stressful situations in life, we cope with these addictions. And a big part of self-improvement that I think, like I said earlier in the video, is undermined is addiction and cutting back on vices. Because once you reach sobriety, life becomes easier. Like when you retain your life force, it almost seems like life is like moving you, right? It's almost like you're not even like the main author in your life. You feel like you're just being moved by God, right? And that's what life's supposed to be. Life's not supposed to be stressful. We're not supposed to be walking around all you know, in a state of like brain fog and tiredness and fatigue. We're supposed to be vibrant, healthy, energetic, and joyful, right? That's the natural state. Think of, like I said, I bring this up all the time. Think of when you were a child, right? Think about when you were like 5 or 6. You may not be able to go that far back, but you weren't addicted to drugs. You weren't addicted to pornography. You weren't looking at women in a lustful way. You weren't overeating, right? You were just living life. You were watching TV. You were playing around in the backyard, playing basketball, or you know, running around, like drawing chalk on the driveway. Like, you were just having fun. Energetic, free, innocent, pure. Just enjoying life. That's what it's supposed to be like. We're not supposed to be trapped and tired and scared and fearful and worried and pissed off and angry and lustful. That's not the natural state. And I think people will realize that. I think people realize that they're unfulfilled, they're pissed off, they're angry, they're sad, they're tired, but they just don't know what to do. And it's all about cutting back on these, or it's all about cutting these out of our lives, because these are the destruction of our lives, right? I just named a few of them, but sobriety is priceless. It's one of the first things you can do to improve, right? So don't forget, you know, on your journey, to always keep your addictions in check, right? Keep your addictions in check. So that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, anything, leave them down below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.